Hey you guys, it's your favorite chef Jess and welcome back to my channel, The Journey. If this is your first trip with us, find a seat, buckle up, and enjoy the ride. Straight to that subscribe button, then honk that notification bell so you'll know exactly when the next journey will begin. Alright, as y'all see from these pictures, let's get into these wings. We're going to start with freshly cleaned and trimmed chicken wings. Then season generously with our house poultry seasoning. Don't worry guys, I'll throw that recipe in the description bar below. Y'all see, even I have to go back and check my book at times for recipes. Let's see. Got it. For the Asian wings, we're going to add 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 1 tablespoon of sesame oil, about 1/4 teaspoon of ginger, 3 cloves of garlic, and both of those we're going to crush. I also added some crushed red pepper. I'd say this is about a teaspoon or so. And then 2 tablespoons of barbecue sauce. Then we're going to mix this up really well. It's perfectly fine to use your hands if you want to, but just make sure afterwards you wash them thoroughly. I did mine off camera. Alright, now we're going to go to our brown sugar buffalo wings. But first, of course, let me just double check that recipe in this book, y'all. Okay, this is literally what I wrote. You need 3 good squeezes of honey. Okay, a squeeze is maybe about a tablespoon. Nah, a teaspoon. So 3 teaspoons of honey. And I just said shake the out of some hot sauce. But we're going to roughly say this is about a 1/2 cup. Then we're going to mix this up using our hands. Grab some gloves and mix up the wings. You do not want hot sauce and honey all in your fingernails. Alright, for these wings, we're going to sous vide them before we fry them. I'll explain why I do this in a minute. But go ahead and put them in a nice vacuum sealed bag. Add in that last little bit of marinade. Then we're going to seal it using our vacuum sealer. When it's done vacuum sealing, check the seam to make sure that it's airtight. The benefits of sous vide are 1, you're par cooking the wings, so your fry time is going to be so quick. 2, your wings will be much juicier and not overcooked and dry. And you're allowing that marinade to really permeate those wings, so they're going to be seasoned to the bone. So go ahead and submerge those bags into 140 Fahrenheit water. And then we're going to make sure to tightly seal them using plastic wrap. Or if you have the cover and you know you fancy, you can use the cover that comes with the sous vide machine. You want to wrap it tightly because you want to maintain that 140-degree temperature throughout the cooking process. Now we're going to set our timer to 45 minutes and wait till that's ready. And this is what your wings will look like after they're done with the water bath. I know, it doesn't look too appetizing, but just wait, they still have another cooking process to go through. So we're going to let those sit to the side, and meanwhile, we're going to heat up our oil. I used canola oil in a deep frying pot until it reaches 350 degrees Fahrenheit. It's very important to reach that temperature if you want crispy wings. Okay, and while our oil is heating up, we're going to start our sauces for our wings. For the Asian sauce, we're going to use a 1/2 cup of barbecue sauce, about a tablespoon of sesame oil, that teaspoon of red pepper flakes, but really you can add as much as you like, 1 tablespoon of onion powder, 1 tablespoon of sesame seeds, and then about 1 teaspoon of soy sauce. Gonna mix it up really well and set that to the side. And now we're gonna start with those brown sugar buffalo wings. First, we're going to start by melting down 6 tablespoons of butter, To this, we're gonna add in a 1/4 cup of our favorite hot sauce. Mine happens to be Crystal's. I know it's not that hot, but I'm a lightweight, y'all. And then a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. And then we're gonna mix that up really well. Now that that oil has reached 350 degrees Fahrenheit, let's start frying. Be careful when you're adding your wings as they tend to splatter, especially because they have a little bit of moisture on them from being sous vide. After about 5 to 7 minutes, or until they reach an internal temperature of 165 degrees, it's okay to go on and pull the wings out and set them aside to let them drain. Okay, you see that good color that you got from frying in that 350 degree oil? Remember that, y'all. So now we're gonna pour our sauce over the wings and toss them really well. You could either use your hands. I chose to use my tongs. Now, the Asian wings, when I fried them, the oil had dropped temperature and I was too impatient to wait for it to get back up to 350 degrees. So you see the color isn't as dark as the buffalo wings, but they're still really good. Pour that sauce over them and then toss them up and get ready to serve. Y'all can see from my grin, it's time to eat. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. And as you guys saw from the previous clips, we done made some wings, y'all. Some wingity wings. Some wingity wings. So, I have 2 types of wings for y'all. Sorry, I'm swinging my hair because your girl just did her hair yesterday. Yes, I did this myself. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Jack of all trades, she could cook, she could do hair, she could do a whole lot. But anyway, so I made some brown sugar wings, which are my signature buffalo wings, I guess you can say. And I've also made some Asian sticky wings. I also have, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it on camera, guys, but I made it looks kind of, I made a dill sour cream dip. Well, it's dill, some chives, a little bit of scallion in there too. And then I just have some of my extra buffalo sauce, brown sugar buffalo sauce on the other side. So guys, let's not talk anymore. Let's pray and get to eating. Lord, thank you for this meal I'm about to receive. Let it be nourishing to my body. In Jesus' name, I pray. Amen. Let me get some water going here, y'all. Because my last video, your girl ran out of the water. And I did not want to get up and get it. So I smartened up a little bit. Let's get into these wings. Of course, I'm going to go for my brown sugar wings at first. So, yes, I'm trying out some. Y'all. Hallelujah. These ones are the bomb. I'm sorry I'm so quiet, y'all, but y'all don't understand. When y'all making these boils, the house just smells so good. And then I'm trying to wait Get the good shots. And I didn't really taste them off camera yet. It was like my first time tasting them. So they were so good though. Excuse me. I have some topics that I want to talk about today. Actually, some things that have been going on in my life lately. First, I just want to get a couple more bites in. Woo! These Asian wings got a little kick to them. They're so good. So, how many of you guys have children? As you guys have seen from my previous video, and if y'all haven't seen it, go back and check it out. Come on, guys, subscribe to my channel, get to know me. This is gonna be a really good ride, I promise you. But how many of you guys have children? Because I have a 3-year-old amazing little son. You know how most people say terrible twos? Oh, watch out for those terrible twos. They're gonna get you. That's when they're gonna gain their personality. Now, don't get me wrong. 9 times out of 10, my son is the most mild-mannered kid ever. But that one time, and there's normally the times I'm not gonna like play him out or, you know, put him in a bad light or whatever, because my son is a really good kid. I'm not gonna lie, he's a very good kid. I always get compliments on him from school or whatever, and from family or people at church, whoever. Like, they always compliment my son because he's a really good kid. But when he gets at home and he wants his way, oh my God. Or like if he, just period, if he wants his way, like, it doesn't be at home. Like, because I remember yesterday we were at Walmart or someplace and he wanted something and he just started crying. Granted, I don't let my son walk around the store because that's what they have carts for. So let's be honest. I had him in the cart and he's just like crying his little head off. And I'm like, what is your issue? What's going on? All because he wanted to hold the Lunchable. Yes, literally, that's what he was crying about. Lately, we get these like little crazy tantrums. So how do you guys deal with the temper tantrums? Like, I remember growing up, I used to be like, if my kids start acting like a fool in the store, I'ma whip his beep right then and there. He ain't gonna have to worry about making me feel like a fool. But now, oh, and mind you, I've never gotten beaten before. Like, my mom never put her hands on me as a kid. I could probably remember one time that my mom beat me. And it was like, literally 2 pops with the belt, and that was it. That was like her version of beating. I got punished for like if I did things wrong at home. But then again, my mom was young with me. Like, my mom's only 20 years older than me, so to punish me was like punishing herself. So I was never even on punishment like that. So discipline, I was never really disciplined in the traditional sense, I guess you can say. So now with my son, I don't see the point in it. Like, I'm not a crazy kid. I wasn't like, you know, going out to the clubs getting pregnant, drinking, smoking. Like, that wasn't my deal. So I don't feel like beating does anything. Like, if you talk to your kids, then, you know, they should be able to listen. But my child is a new breed. But like I said, 9 times out of 10, he's a very good kid. It's just, he just wants things his way. Which I can say he probably got, honestly, if I'm being honest. Like, he got it from me. I like things my way as well. But, like, comment below how you guys deal with your young kids. And then that's another thing. I don't feel that hidden children at that young age makes a difference. Like, popping, pinching, something that, like, right in the moment, okay, yeah, I get it, pop them. Cool. But to actually sit there, set up a whole belt, get everything ready to beat them, they're going to forget what they did by the time you get ready. Unless while you're beating them, you're telling them, I'm beating you for this. This is what you did. Like, I don't know. Y'all tell me. I had posted a couple of pictures on my Facebook page a couple of weeks ago, which sparked a very big conversation. My son, and mind you, this is all new. Like, Samuel started these temper tantrum things about 2 to 3 months ago. Like, literally 2 to 3 months ago. Now, what changed 2 or 3 months ago? He started a new school. So is he picking up the behaviors from the kids that he sees at school? Because he certainly was not doing that when we're back in Florida. Or when we're in New York either. For that matter. It's like literally now is when he's starting to do this. So I'm sorry, y'all. You know when I be y'all know when I be eating, I lose my whole train of thought. Like, I'm sorry, y'all. One day, one video, I'm gonna have a thought and I'm gonna keep it all the way through. I promise y'all. One video, maybe not this video. But one video, I'm gonna have a whole train of thought and I'm gonna keep it. I'm not gonna throw it away, I promise. But Facebook, that's all I was talking about. I had posted a video on Facebook about my son having a temper tantrum, and it happened to be 2 days in a row. Like I said, this don't normally happen. I'm not just making excuses for my kid. Oh, he's bad all the time. No, he's really not. If you know us, you know he's really not bad all the time. Actually, he's not bad at all. He's just a curious freaking 3-year-old, to be honest with you. But I had posted a picture of one time he was crying because he had scratched his little booty and was offering me a grape with the same hand. And I was like, no, I don't want it. I don't want to eat your little booty grape. And his little feelings was hurt, and so he was crying because I would not eat the grape. Whatever, kid. Cry your eyes out. I really don't care, but I'm not eating the grape. And then the second picture I posted, which happened to be the very next day, we don't let him drink soda that much. So, like, when he saw the soda, well, what he thought was soda, he wanted it. Which it wasn't soda. It happened to have been the Bud Light Lime that I was using for the video. And, that I was using for my seafood boil. And so he was having a tantrum over that. And then we had offered him some juice, but then he didn't want the juice neither. Then he started saying, I'm not thirsty. I'm not thirsty. I mean, it was funny, but I didn't really set the premise on Facebook. So people just assumed that he was, crying. But, I mean, another thing people got to understand, when you put things on Facebook like that, don't always take it for face value. Like, sometimes, especially people like me who don't post all the time on Facebook, and I do actually decide to post something on there, it's not like, oh, I'm in a crisis, come help me. You know, sometimes it's just like, it's something that's funny that happened in my life and I posted it. Like, I've been doing pretty well for the last 3 years, you know, raising this little boy, like, but I understand people just generally wanted to help, so whatever. But anyway, a lot of the comments under the pictures was like, oh, he acts that way because y'all let him, or he does this because, oh, you need to get a handle on him. He needs to, y'all need to beat him, or y'all need to do this. But my question is, did that work for you? Like, when y'all was growing up and your parents beat you, did you not go out and do the same thing all over again? Like, I don't like when people, let me ask you people, I don't like when people put something out there that, like, that doesn't even work for you. Like, if you're gonna put something out there, put something constructive out there that actually worked, and it worked for you. Because for years, people been getting beatings for doing dumb stuff. I grew up with my uncle Philip, who literally got beat every single day. I mean, it was an event. He would come home, and get his ass whipped. For what this time? I have no clue. Skipping school, being with girls, failing grades, or whatever. I don't even know what he got beat for, but shit. It seemed every day this boy got beat. For whatever reason it was. And it didn't make a difference. You know? He still did what he wanted to do. So, my question is, did that really work? Did my grandmother whooping on his behind every day actually work? I don't think it did. Because if it did, and I love you, Uncle, but he wouldn't have went to jail. He should have stopped doing the dumb shit. But he still did the dumb stuff, even as an adult. I, on the other hand, who never got beat, my mom took the time to sit down and talk to me, which that made me cry more than anything. Because honestly, I feel like, okay, if I beat him, that's a temporary satisfaction to something that he's doing right now. And he still doesn't know why he's getting beat on. Because he's 3 at the end of the day. Like, what does a 3-year-old know about danger? You don't know that stuff yet. You don't know, like, my mom is telling me not to do this because this is dangerous. Or my mom is, you know, not giving me what I want because it's harmful to me. You just think, I want it, and I want it now. Why aren't you giving it to me? Because typically, we just give him what he wants. It's like, whatever. He's an only child. You want it, you got it. I mean, come on, kid. Let's be honest. These wings, y'all, so good. And this is like the first time I've ever made my brown sugar wings. As y'all also saw in the clip, like I was reading the recipe that I wrote in the book. I wrote the recipe but never tried it out. Sometimes I just have that ability to know what things taste like before I taste them. Like if you tell me the ingredients that are in them, I can actually taste them. And this came out exactly how I wanted them to come out. I'm very proud of these wings. But yeah, I was always the one that felt if my mom had to sit down and talk to me about something, it was like the end of the world. Like, oh my God, I just did something horrible. Like, why would she want to talk to me about it? You know, that's just how I felt. But my mom really never beat me, so I couldn't even tell you what that fear is like, because I never feared my mom in that sense. And I never want to, I don't want my son to fear me. I don't want him to learn to fear authority. For a couple of reasons. Kids who fear authority don't have trust for authority. If you make it okay for you to hit on your kid, then you made it okay for your kid to hit. I feel like I'm tearing up these brown sugar wings and like leaving these little poor ones in the dust, but both of them are so good. I feel like when you beat your kids, you give them permission to hit other people for doing something that you don't want done. So let's say, for instance, my son is, I don't know, pulling on something that he shouldn't be pulling on, and I hit him. Don't do that, right? Just popped him. I beat him with a belt. Don't do that. He goes to school, and another little kid is pulling on something or doing something they're not supposed to do. What example did I just set? Hit him. Beat him. Like, there has to be alternative ways to discipline your kids. So, I think it's an interesting topic. I would love to hear how you guys feel about it. To all of those who did comment on my Facebook page, those who text, those who called, I do really, really, really appreciate you guys' concern. Sorry. And I appreciate you guys, taking the time out to call and, give me your advice or whatever. And trust me, it didn't fall on deaf ears. Like, I completely understand where you guys are coming from as well. Like I said, I don't judge your methods, I have my own. I choose to do alternative ways besides hitting or beating. But I do pinch him every now and then. And I do have a pretty stern voice that I don't play. When I need it, I don't play. But at the end of the day, it's funny to me now because he waited until he was 3 years old, about to be 4, to start with these temper tantrums. Like I said, it could be because he's in a new school, new environment. Some other kid is doing it, so he's thinking that it's okay. But it ain't okay with me. So I just think it's funny. Like, I'm sorry, I'm that parent. I think it's a little bit funny right now. It might not be funny to somebody else. But to me right now, it's kind of funny because you waited till you freaking 4 years old to decide you want to throw a temper tantrum. And you're throwing temper tantrums about the dumbest stuff in life. Booty grapes, drinking beer, and holding a Lunchable. But y'all, like I said, comment below. Tell me. Yo, I am a lightweight when it comes to this food game, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm trying to, do better. I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight because, I want more for myself in life. And I don't want to, overindulge and then regret it when I got to go to the gym and burn off these calories. Comment below. Tell me what you guys think about the topic. And, tell me what you think about these wings, too, y'all. Like, you know, tell me if y'all like the format of the videos, you know, the recipe first and then mukbang at the end. And, you know, give me some suggestions. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share. Tell all your friends. Let's talk down in them comments below. I don't want it to be a debate or anything, you know. Everybody has their differences in opinions, so don't come for each other. Just, you know, let me know. What do y'all think? How do you guys discipline your young kids? I'm not talking about the grown ones. I'm not talking about those punch you in your chest kids that I don't really mess with that much, because you should be grown at that age and know how to conduct yourselves. I'm talking about the babies. I'm talking about like your 3-year-olds, your 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, your babies, your babies. How do you guys discipline them? How do you guys, you know, how do y'all do it? Like, let me know. Comment below. Tell me. Don't forget to subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.